Yes, lad, welcome to a nice little late evening chat with yours truly, Luke Spurgeon. So just put me on in the background, make sure you are making the most of this time. You're not just sat here staring at a screen with terrible posture. Make sure you just put me on in the background while you do your push-ups or while you're in bed going to sleep, and really digest what it is I'm about to say, because this is very, very important, and it comes down to your mental programming, which is, if not the most important thing when it comes to making money, getting women, building a body, doing anything in life, threading the needle forward, moving forward in life, all comes down to your mental programming and how you see yourself, your self-belief. I had a moment just then when I came back in my room. I just sent my girl off. She's going to Scotland for like 2 weeks or something like that. And as soon as I sent her off, I was like, right, back into work mode, right, back into this hustle mode. When I'm with my girl, I'm very much, a bit more laid back, a bit more calm, a bit more present and enjoying life, I guess you could say. Now, when I'm away from my girl and I'm back in my house, it's just full on hustle mode. I'm back in it. But I had this moment just then where I was standing in the middle of my room with my phone on top of this bookshelf about to record videos, and I just stopped for a second and looked around me because I felt stressed, I felt anxious, I felt this weird, like, tight feeling in my chest. And I had it the whole day. I've had it for like weeks. And if you are into entrepreneurship, if you run your own business, if you have this kind of lifestyle that I preach about, living for yourself, being your own boss, you realize how stressful this lifestyle is. It's just constant work, it's constant problem solving, it's constant this task. It never ends, right? And that's a good thing. I'm not complaining by any means. I love it. It's nothing but a good thing. But what it can do to you if you're not prepared and if you're not, emotionally intelligent enough to understand what's going on, it can make you feel stressed and it can take away from your enjoyment of the journey. And that's what I just felt then. I had to stop myself. I was standing in this corner over there looking at my entire room, and I just started speaking out loud. And I said to myself, look at what you've achieved. Look around you. Look at the new shoes you've just bought. Right? Fucking, boom, custom Air Forces. Boom, another pair. I've got a fucking £300 coat up there. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. I've got endless colognes now that I, couldn't even afford back then. Nice new clothes, clean, top quality stuff. And again, I'm not saying this to brag, but I could never afford any of this shit. You guys know, and I've said this so many times, literally 3 months ago, I had minus £100 in the bank account. I had no money in the bank, and I had no way of making money. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was doing the coaching. It made a couple hundred per month. It was nothing special. Didn't really know what I was going to do, and I was hustling for a very long time. I was in what I like to call survival mode. Okay. Now I want to touch on this topic. I want to really teach you about survival mode, because this is going to be the most important thing that you understand on your entrepreneur journey. Because as you're going along trying to hustle, trying to make money, for you, it's like, this is how I like to view it, right? It's like a tier group, or it's like an iceberg or something, right? This is underneath the water, underneath the iceberg. There's survival mode, you hustling, you trying to make money. You haven't quite made it yet. You still don't truly believe it's 100% possible. There's a slight bit of doubt in there, okay? Let's have a hydration break, because this is about to be some game. Honestly, bro, for any of you OGs that are really paying attention right now, comment the word rapid down below, because this shit's about to blow your fucking mind. I'm constantly here with the Epiphanies. It's ridiculous. So listen, you're in survival mode. Before you get rich, before you realize that it's possible, before you've made fucking thousands and thousands of pounds in a couple of hours, before you realize this kind of money is real and possible and you're capable enough to do it, you're in survival mode. You're constantly looking at new opportunities, constantly trying to find the next way to make money. How can I make money here? How can I survive? How can I, make enough money to fucking pay for food and pay my rent? You're in this mode of survival, hustling, okay? Now, it's only when, let me just get rid of this reminder on my phone. It's only when you've actually achieved it, when you've made the money, that you start to believe that it's possible. And you start to also believe that you are the kind of guy that can do that as well. Because before that point, when you're hustling, some part of you will still be doubtful that you're good enough or that you're capable of living this life. Now, you might walk around and say, I'm the man, I can do this. Yeah, I believe in myself, blah, 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 all this macho talk. But really deep down, subconsciously, like emotionally, there's a part of you that doesn't believe it's possible, because you've never experienced it before. It's just it's a given. You can't lie to yourself and say, no, I believe in myself because I've got a strong mindset. You have never experienced being rich before. So of course you don't believe it's possible. Of course some part of you still doubts it. Now this is what I want to talk about, because I've done it in reality. I've literally done it. I've achieved wealth, or I've achieved making an amount of money Obviously, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sell you like a false facade or anything of where I'm actually at. But I've made very, very good money in the past 2 months, right? And that's all it's taken me, 2 months to make ridiculous amounts of money. I've done it in reality, in the physical world. And still now, I'm in survival mode. Still, all the time, I'm just in survival. I just feel stressed constantly. Like I need to do more, need to do more, need to do more. Can never get complacent. Now, you may be thinking, that's a good thing though, right, Luke? Because you're never going to get complacent, you're never going to slack, you're never going to take your foot off. That's a good thing, because you're constantly striving for the next goal. Absolutely, it's a good thing. Survival mode is good, but to tap into it every now and then when you need it. It is not good to live in survival mode. This is what I want to make very, very clear. Money is not the goal. It's not the main priority of life. And believe me, once you've made money, you'll realize that very, very quickly. It doesn't change anything. It makes life a little bit easier. It alleviates some of your stresses. It's nice to have nice fucking £300 coats and, you know, £100 shoes, 2 pairs in the same day instantly. Loads of nice new clothes. Whereas back in the day, I had holes in my socks. I was wearing the same clothes every day because I couldn't afford to buy any fucking new ones. The same crusty shoes would give me blisters when I used to go for a walk in the park. That kind of shit. Yeah, it's nice, but nothing really changes. The main goal, the main purpose for me anyway, and this is what I believe the purpose of life is to enjoy the experience. Because I see life as a game. It's all a game. Everything's a skill. Everything's just a new level for you to learn in the game of life, right? Now, if you finish the game and you die and you're on your deathbed and you look back at the entire experience of your life, which is the game, and someone asks you, did you enjoy that game? Did you have fun? Well, no, because I was in survival mode the whole time. I was stressed the whole time. What's the point then? What is the point in you being in survival mode all the time and in this stressed, anxious state of, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, if you never ever enjoy it? If you never sit and be present with the people around you before you lose them, because inevitably they're going to go one day. They're going to pass away, and you have to remember that. You in your little business mode, with your dropshipping business, take some time to spend and just talk to your mum. Just stop, turn your brain off, just stop thinking about things for once. Sit down with your mum, be present, and ask her, how is she? How's your day going? Go and buy her some nice flowers or something randomly out of nowhere. It might feel a bit cringe if you've never done it before, but trust me, make yourself that kind of man. You can decide who you want to be. You can decide to be that guy that just takes care of his loved ones and sits down and he's present with them and he gives them his time and attention. You can decide to be that man. It's very important. So my message to you, what I want to take from this, is tap into survival mode. If you need to get a task done and you've got a deadline, you need to get it done really, really quickly. For example, if I had a video course that I needed to record the videos for because it drops by the end of this week, then I've got to be in survival mode for the week, sit down, dedicate myself to the task and just make sure I get it done with no distractions, no sitting there and relaxing. That's when I hit into war mode, survival mode. That's when I'm hustling every single day. I'm working, task, next task, military-like. Yeah, I tap into that every now and then. If there's a deadline I need to achieve, if there's a lot of things I need to get done in a single day, for example, then I'll tap into survival mode just to get a lot of shit done, build up a bit of momentum. If I fell behind on certain tasks, again, survival mode, no distractions. So it's useful to feel stress. It's useful to allow yourself to feel anxious, stressed, scared, scarcity. It's useful. These are useful emotions. They may be negative, but if you use a negative and you use it with a positive goal in mind, that negative is fuel. It's no longer a negative. It's fuel for your positive goals, motivation. You understand? If I have a deadline I need to achieve, I can use stress, anxiety, the fear of failure. I can use the fear of being scarce and broke. I can use all of these emotional fuels as motivation to make sure I ramp things up. I don't get complacent. I'm not sitting here just relaxing, daydreaming about bullshit. I'm not eating shit food. I'm not being unhealthy. I'm not wasting time watching Netflix with my girl. I'm on it for that week, right? That's survival mode. Tap into that when you need it. Use the negative emotions to achieve a positive goal. Absolutely, that's a good thing. But my point being, and the reason why I had to take a moment to stand there in the middle of my room and literally out loud say to myself, look at what you've achieved. You fucking did it. You've made £10,000 in 1 month. At 21 years old, I'm 22 now. It's past my birthday, but at the time I was 21 years old. I made £10,000 in 1 month. That's more than a doctor makes. He's saving someone's life. And I've made more than him. 21. Like, bro, I had to wrap my head around it. It doesn't hit you. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit you. You don't process it. You don't emotionally, like, wow, this is my life now. And this is why I'm telling you, your self-image and what you believe is possible is very important, because, another hydration check before I spill some more game. Listen very carefully on this lovely evening. Let me just gather my thoughts real quick, because I want to make sure this is concise and as perfect as possible for you to digest. So, survival mode is good to tap into, but you do not want to live in survival mode. You don't want to be walking around anxious, paranoid, scared, stressed, scarce. You don't want to be walking around with a scarce mindset all the time. You don't want to live in that mode. You understand? It is good every now and then, even though I've got thousands and thousands of pounds in my bank account. It's good every now and then for me to feel and make myself feel scared of being broke. Even though I will literally never be broke again. It's impossible now with the knowledge that I know I cannot be broke. Impossible. So even with that as a reality, it is still useful for me to ramp things up every now and then and make myself feel that scarce mindset of, oh, yeah, shit, I got to be careful. It's good, because I can use it to my advantage, but I don't want to live there. For the majority of my life, 80% of it, I'm living in abundance. I'm living in gratitude. I'm looking at the things that I've got, my nice new shoes, my coat, the nice watches. Yeah, it's materialistic stuff. It doesn't really have any value in terms of my fulfillment, but it's just nice, and it's a statement. It's a reminder of how capable I am. Every time I look at my watch, every time I look at my nice shoes, every time I wear my nice coat and I feel good in them, it's a staple of, this is what you fucking achieved. Even though you didn't believe that it was possible, you pulled it off, and look at it, right? So that's how I use them. So that's my main default mindset. It's just enjoyment, abundance, gratitude. I'm grateful for what I've got. I'm present in the moment for 80% of the time, with the people I'm speaking to, with the social situations in the gym, my family members, my girlfriend. I'm enjoying life 80% of the time. Now 20%, and that doesn't, by the way, me enjoying life doesn't mean I'm not doing work. It doesn't mean that I'm being a degenerate. It doesn't mean that I'm not healthy. Again, 80% of my life, I'm healthy, I'm productive, I'm still doing my shit, but I'm not operating from a mental perspective of survival. Because I'm broke, I've got to hustle, shit. But I used to be up at like 3 in the morning riding around on a bike, just thinking to myself, how am I going to make money? Hustling. Going to the gym at 3 in the morning because I couldn't afford to pay for my gym membership. I had to sneak into this other one. That's the kind of shit, that was the survival mode I was in back then. Couldn't even afford to go to the fucking gym. Do you know what I mean? So that was survival mode. I've been through it. I know what it's like to be broke, and I'm so grateful for it. I love it. I look back and I laugh. I love those times. I hear certain songs on my playlist now that I still listen to this day. And it brings me straight back to that moment where I was cycling around at 3 in the morning through the town centre when there was no one about, trying to find this gym that I could sneak into, because I had a code on my phone that my friend gave me back in the day. It was like a guest pass, and I could still use the code now, even though I wasn't supposed to. They caught me in the end, but yeah, I made the most of that. But bro, I'm just trying to say, don't allow this survival mode, this hustling, I'm on the grind, bro. Don't live in that mode. It makes you a nerd, number one. It strips away your enjoyment from life, and it honestly makes your work and your grind pointless. What is the point in being on the grind, bro, if you never enjoy it? If you're constantly stressed and anxious and your hair's falling out and your fucking skin's wrinkly and you're aging like, twice the time you're supposed to. And you're always getting diseases and inflammation and infections because your body can't heal itself properly because you're constantly stressed. What's the point? Oh, but I'm on the grind. Sigma male. Don't be a nerd, bro. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy your fucking life. Be abundant. Operate with abundance. I still had this mindset of survival, of hustling just then. And I had to really just get a grip of myself and be like, bro, look at what you've achieved. Stop being scared. Stop being scarce. Stop being fearful. Oh, something might go wrong. Because if I'm operating from that vibration, that's what I'm going to manifest into my reality. I have to operate from abundance. I have to believe, not only in the physical world do I have the money, but mentally I have to believe I'm the kind of guy that has the money. Right? Don't allow imposter syndrome. Oh, I'm not good enough. I feel like I've cheated the system or something. I feel like it's not meant for me. All of this bullshit, eliminate it. Operate from abundance. Be grateful for what you've already got. Be grateful for what you've achieved. Appreciate the people around you. Be present with them. Enjoy your time with them. That's the most important thing. People, most important thing. None of this shit would be worth it if there was no people on Earth. People are incredible. Make the most of it. Okay? So please keep this in mind. Do not operate from that survival mindset. I had to get a grip of myself. I had to take myself back, slap myself in the fucking face, bro, stop with this shit, right? Because I have to believe no matter what happens, even if the worst case scenario happens to you, bro, and you lose everything, even if it happens to me, all the money that I've just made, all the money that I've been, technically bragging about and showing off about, if I lost it all, I'd just make it back again. Because it's that level of self-belief and that level of abundance. I know I am the man that can do that. I don't ever view myself as the man that lives in scarcity or that's broke or that's destined to be poor forever. I don't view myself as that man because it's never going to give me any strength or power or confidence. You understand? So do not operate, do not live in survival mode. Simply just tap into it when you need it. You understand? The coaching is down below at a discounted price. The sexual mastery course is down below, also at a discounted price. Make the most of that. It will change your fucking life. That is my guarantee. Look after yourself. See you soon. Boom.